Hey guys, welcome to another fun and exciting iMight GT7 stream. This is the Nations Cup at Spa in the Red Bull competition cars 2019X, whatever they are, and anniversary. 22 laps with soft, medium and hard tyres required, which I like. I like a mixture and really throws things up in the air. Starting from the back, this is GT2. I'm back in GT2 again. The race, round one at Road Atlanta, I did it, but I sucked at it. I started from the back and finished at the back. Not good. So my settings, traction control 3 to keep myself on the track during practice. I know traction control off is fast, but I can spin the car, which other people do. Brake balance -4 to the front I found to be fastest for me. ASM on and ABS on weak. So Vallis Core, who started in 12th, something's happened with him. He's just pulled off on the side of the road. So that's put me up to P12, 13 cars starting from the back up to P12. So I thought I had a bit more pace than what I'm showing at the moment, and honestly I think it's the traction control kicking in on certain parts of the track. I think around here you might see it going red, traction control. It's pretty solid there. So it's slowing me down so I don't spin the car, but it's slowing me down a bit too much. And I think TC1 and TC2 I could still spin the car, so TC3. So Youngster, he hit the curb and span, so I've moved up to, I was in P12, now I'm in P10, and I've got two cars in front with 2 second penalties, and I felt like they were pulling away from me a little bit here. Wasn't too sure whether or not I would catch them up. 22 laps, a long stint, so I'm on hards first. So the strat is do 1 lap on hards, 13 laps on medium to get me up to lap 14, and then 8 laps on soft. So they're paying their 2 second penalties. I was a bit surprised that was quite easy to get past them. And then I thought, maybe, I wonder if I should do another lap on hards. And I just thought, no, they're going to catch me up, and I'm worried that they'll try and dive bomb, so stick to the strat. So that's hards done with. Don't need to fuel up as yet. So there's about, I don't know, maybe 15 laps worth of fuel. I think in practice I was getting up to 18, so I think I'm just pushing it a bit here. But don't need to refuel, and refueling is 3 litres per second. Normally, other races it's 10, so refueling is quite slow. So I did do a test with fuel saving, thinking it was going to be even worse, and my lap times over 22 laps was pretty much the same. But was I prepared to do that? No. I can always short shift in fuel mix 1, but fuel mix 3 to get 22 laps would have been quite slow. So I'm on the mediums now, off the hards, and not too far away from other people now. Whether or not others had, like Youngster, I don't think Youngster's pitted yet. It's just because he span. LJ Tirana, it's probably had a bit of bad luck. So not too far behind people. And I didn't realise, I'm only just seeing now Vallis Core is actually active now. So I don't know how long he's been racing, because he did pull over at the very beginning of the race. So I missed it in the lineup, but there's someone else in this race who is I'll just call him V-Man. V-Man YouTube 2 or something, or V-Man 2 YouTube. And he qualified P6, and he's maybe up to P5, P4 at the moment. Not too sure, but I knew that obviously I can't see him in the leaderboard, and he won't be able to see me. And I think this might be top split because there's quite a few good names in here. M. Whitaker. To me, he's an A driver. Maybe a low A driver, but to me, he is normally an A driver. And there's a few other names I'm not really... I mean, Valis Core. There's probably only one race where he's really beaten me hard. Every other race he's done really bad at. But for me, he's still a good driver. And then V-Man, of course, he's in this as a B driver. And there he is in P3 now. So he's progressing. Although I think he's starting on mediums and going longer than me. I mean, I've pitted on lap 1. But so far doing okay. Bit of a nice healthy gap behind me. It looks like maybe an 8-second gap to youngster P10. So at this point I wasn't really feeling nervous, but I just felt disconnected from the car, not fully sure what gear to be in. Mainly on some of the high twisty corners, like around Pouhon. So, like the exit of Pouhon, sometimes you'll see me coming out of there in 6th gear, which for me is correct. Others you'll see me coming out in 7th gear, and I'm just coming out a bit slow. So I'm going to be pushing these mediums up to and including lap 14. And I think you see it here, Eau Rouge. You can see the traction control really kicking in. So I think on the climb it slows me down, and so I'm actually going a little bit slower than most people down Camel Straight there. And then it kicking in again here. But what I was after was some level of confidence in the car, that I could just, within reason, push it and not spin the car. It was actually quite a tricky race. Maybe at this point I probably wasn't looking at the leaderboard or my lap times. There's a certain point where I thought, how am I going with my lap times? And I take my eyes off the road to have a look, and next minute I'm just sort of drifting off a bit. It's almost one of those races where you've got to really remain focused. And I must admit, this is not my favourite track, and I don't think I'm that fast on it. If this was a hard tyre, only 18 laps, no pit stop, so it was like a sprint, I'd probably come out last. I'm just not fast. So I'm gonna guess Primus Vulcan has pitted and come out the pit, so he's now in between myself and Youngstar. I must admit, there's moments when I think, oh good, I don't know what tyre he's on, but not that I'll be able to catch him, but he might start putting pressure on Youngster, and I might start to battle. And LJ Tirana behind me, he was about 20 seconds. He's 19.2. So yeah, honestly, I thought everyone's going to be either getting away from me or catching up, but I seem to be on level pace with that guy. Just trying to be mindful of all those little errors. Just try and keep it nice and neat. And you'll see with my lap times, they're sort of all over the place, like a 54.8, a 55.0. I mean, it's pretty close, 0.2. Not even that, it's pretty much 0.1. That's not too bad. But there's some laps where it's like one lap is really good and the next lap is really bad. So I think Valascour, he's now pitting off his softs, and I think that's it for him for the rest of the race. He just sits there. So yeah, out of 13 I'm in P11. Not looking good, but I've done one pit stop so far on my mediums, and I've got one more pit stop to go for my softs. And again, I'm relying on other people to make pretty big fundamental mistakes, like I experienced in practice during the week. Maybe with no traction control, yes, they're flying now, but as their tyres wear, one little snap, one little bit too much of acceleration, and spin, off they go. So everything's looking pretty stable at the moment, not too many people pitting. But for those who are on softs, their pit window will be opening up very shortly. So anyone who started on hards would have pitted by now to get off them. Anyone on mediums will probably go much further, like maybe up to lap 13, for example. So those on softs generally around lap 8. Very similar to my strap, but just in different orders. So 1 lap on hard, 13 laps on medium, and 8 laps on soft. But we'll just see if any of the soft tyre runners pull into the pits this lap. So that, me going off there, I think I was looking at maybe the mud map at the top. I was just taking my eyes off to have a look at something, and I just went off the track a little bit. So Zap coming off his softs on lap 7. For me, a touch early. So he's gone into the P10 Zap, he's gone into the pits and then come out and he's still in front of me, so I'd say he was quite far up there, maybe in P5 for example. And you can see LJ Tirana, looks like he's about 16.5 seconds behind me. So I must admit, I'm telling myself, just put it in my head that he's on soft tyres and that's why he's catching me. Trying to stay positive and not start to doubt myself. So you see here, like Zap, I'm pretty sure when he came out the pits he was about 4 seconds in front of me. Now it's about 2.6, 2.7. So M Whitaker, 8 laps, and same with Violent Aussie off his soft tyres. So we've got Homelander, J Citizen, and V-Man to YouTube and P123. So P9, AB Hubble coming off his mediums, and he started on pole. He's coming out, he's right behind me now. From my understanding, he was on mediums, so that's pitting a touch early, and he's gone on to hard tyres. And I feel like I'm slowly catching Zap. It's now 2.2 seconds. I must admit, I felt good there. I did feel good. Because I thought to myself, for every 1 second I'm losing on people down the track, they will spin and I'll gain 15 seconds. I'm losing small bits and then I gain massively. So after that happened, then I realised I got Primus Vulcan in front with 10-second gap. So that's quite a nice healthy gap. And then AB Hubble not too far behind, and he's just overtaken now, of course. So the pace difference here is the traction control. I mean, he's on hard tyres, but they're fresh. But the biggest difference is I've got TC3. But I must admit, then all of a sudden I noticed that as long as I'm in his slipstream, he'll tag me along. So Zap, who was in front and had an accident, now 13 seconds behind. And that's kind of what I was hanging on to with other people, that once their tyres wear down, they're just pushing those tyres a little bit too hard and things go wrong. Bit like the old story of the hare and the tortoise. So V-Man 2 YouTube, he's still in P3. I think he did start P6, so he's moved up and he's doing alright. Now he hasn't pitted yet, and that's why I'd say he's around the start-finish line now. So I'm quite far behind, but I have already done one pit stop. So it looks like LJ Tirana got past Zap. Now whether or not he's had another mishap, but LJ Tirana's now 12.6 behind me. Trying to use the TC3 to my advantage and get around these corners pretty quick to get inside AB Hubble's slipstream. And the reason why I was mentioning LJ Tirana with 12 seconds, he does seem to be catching me, but I was measuring it up 12 seconds and I'm pitting on lap 14, so I should get to the pit stops before he catches and tries to challenge. Still got Homelander, J Citizen, and VMan2 YouTube in P123. So holding ground there. Still in P10. Almost halfway through the race. Yellow flags, always a welcoming sign. Moving up the ranks with some of these guys pitting on lap 12 off their mediums. So I would have pitted lap 13, let's say, on mediums, but they're pitting on lap 12, so they're either going to push the hards or the softs a little bit further. So we've had a bunch of people pitting off their softs, and we're getting close to people pitting off their mediums. See, AB Hubble is getting a bit loose here. Every time he does this, to me I'm thinking you're just heating up your tyres, although I get the feeling these cars are quite light, so they don't heat up too much, or if they do, they cool down pretty quick. But I just felt like I was on his tail again, and honestly I couldn't remember when he pitted, and I thought, you got old tyres and I'm going to be getting past you soon. Although look at my tyres, pretty warm. I was just happy to be in his slipstream. So it gets awkward here. I just don't like sitting right behind someone in case they brake better than I do, and I end up hitting them. I don't know what happened there. I'm looking at the radar, it's like he just gave me heaps of room. Don't know why. See me in my mirror. It's moments like that you just got to trust the person behind you. There's a certain point when you think it's too late for them. Just focus on the corner and take your eyes off them and trust that they won't dive. See, I've got a bit wide there, but I seem to hold the defensive line. So remember, he's on hard tyres. Yeah, I wasn't feeling too comfortable here. I'm thinking I've got one more lap to go. He kind of threw my focus at that point. Now I've got a bit of clean air here. There's only a 0.4 behind, but at least he's out of my rear view. So lap 13, the medium tyres, people are starting to get off. Except M. Whitaker, still going. So this is my in lap. And I've got Homelander coming out in front. So I'm up to P5 now. You see V-Man is putting his hard tyres on. He's coming out in P7. He's dropped quite a bit because he refueled with the slow refueling, which you'll see me do shortly. And I think the thing is, because I'm not intentionally, it's just almost by habit, short shifting a bit, I'm actually saving quite a bit of fuel. So when I come in the pits, I only have to put in an extra 40%, for example. Whereas other people that are extending their gears and chewing the fuel down have to put in maybe 80%. So they're in there for much longer. And honestly, I think it was this lap I thought, oh, I'm actually in a good spot here. Most people should have at least done 2 pit stops by now, and I'm in P5. Well, not 2, at least 1. So a lot of them possibly will have another pit stop to go. So we'll go into the pits nice and carefully. Going for the soft tyre, and then topping up with fuel. So V-Man, who started on mediums and then pitted on lap 13 for hard tyres and refueled, is now going to come in and change to soft, whereas I'm changing to soft and fuel, but not as much fuel as what he was putting in. Like I said, I did a test run with Fuel Mix 3, so you don't need to refuel, and the race times were pretty much neck and neck. So after all that, I was P5, I come out P9. And I've got V-Man behind me now. Yeah, and this is where I feel good, because now I'm finishing off on the strong tyre. And this is the other thing I like about multiple tyres. When you're doing the race, you don't know what tyres people are on. Do they have another pit stop? How worn are their tyres? Are they fresh? Are they worn? Yeah, that's what I like about this strat of racing. So I seem to be catching Big Gold here, feeling quite dominant. I don't know if he's going to pit or not, but I thought it's got to be on either a weak tyre, hard, or a good tyre that's really worn. But I feel like I'm getting ready to overtake him. So Zap and Big Gold going into the pits. So from P9 to P7, and then V-Man from P10 to P8. Just checking my fuel. So I've completed 15, I've got another 7 laps to go. I've got 7.1 laps of fuel. So that should be okay. TC3, brake balance -4. Yeah, sometimes I'll do that in the race. Usually if things don't feel right, or if my pace is a bit off, I'll then just double check my settings are good. I'm sure we've all done it where we've done a race and not performed that well, and then we realise that we've left the handbrake on or something. In the scheme of things, on the final, this is no more pit stops. This is to the checkered flag. So starting P13, getting a P7, I'm pretty chuffed at the moment. Just keeping an eye on the gap between me and V-Man. And again, not fully aware of when he had pitted, what tyre he's on. Yeah, we pitted at the same time, but that I wasn't focusing on anyone else. Just focusing on my tyre choice and my fuel. Door number 9 on my car. I'll take that. There's nothing worse than being at the back and having door number 1. Like you're meant to be the best and you're at the back. So V-Man hot on my tail, and in front it looks like 6 or 8 seconds J Citizen, and from memory I don't know, something happens with J Citizen and start catching up pretty hard. I think it's here, somewhere around here where I see V-Man in my rear view. Certain point I put on my indicator to say go past. Probably not indicating at the moment, but giving him lots of room. That was me looking for my hazards, I think. Since I've got the new Thrustmaster GT2 and I've mapped it for a handbrake for grid starts, I've mapped it for the push to pass, and I don't know, I haven't mapped the hazard lights. So it throws me a bit. I'm too scared to try and push any button in case I hit the handbrake. So V-Man pitted on the same lap 14 as me. So seeing him getting a little bit fishtaily there, his tyres will be about as worn as mine. The difference is I'm on traction control 3. Don't know if he had any traction control. Part of me is guessing he does, because usually those who don't, they're flying. So it's got to be around here where I put on my indicator to say go past. So you should see it in a minute. Yeah, there we go. So I'm putting it on, trying to keep wide, then I cross over. Brake a touch early. And then try and stay in his slipstream. Pretty close to being the same speed, but he was catching, so that shows he's just marginally quicker, which is good. So should be able to stick in his slipstream. See me juggling gears there. Sometimes so focused on the corner ahead, you're not noticing what gear you're in. It gets tricky when you've got 7 gears. Not that much different to a standard 6, I guess, but when every gear sounds the same. Yeah, at that point I thought, right, his tyres are gone. Didn't want to slow down, just wanted to pull up a side and either get past or give him plenty of chance to get ahead, which he's done well. Usually one sign of looseness leads to another sign. Either tyre wear, there again. And our tyres are wearing. I said before that 0TC, for example, is cool when your tyres are fresh. So I think what's happened there is he was trying to gear down, but accidentally, for some reason, instead of going 7654, it's gone 7656 and geared back up. So he lost his engine braking, I guess. It's gone out a bit wide and then try to correct it, and he's span a bit. So V-Man is well behind again, but luckily there's a nice healthy gap between V-Man and B Gold, so we've got plenty of breathing room there. So J Citizen was about 6 seconds in front of us. Now he's 3 seconds in front. And I started to think we've got another 2 laps to go. Is it possible to catch this guy? It seems like he's weakening. Whatever tyre he's on, he's cooking it. And my strength in times when all the tyres are all worn, my strength here is at TC3. It can be an enemy, making me slow, but the strength keeps me nice and stable. I can push out of corners almost recklessly, like a 3-year-old girl on a bike with trainer wheels, just being reckless. So now 2.4, 2.3. So yeah, I felt something's not right with this guy, and it shouldn't. I've got 2 laps to catch up. Down to 2.1. So it's up to 3 seconds there. Whether or not I'm in the wrong gears there, going down the hill in 3rd, or whatever gear it was. Yeah, now it's up to 4 seconds. So all of a sudden, that J Citizen is now just pulling away pretty hard. And I've got V-Man almost is in my slipstream, so it's a pretty fair sign that it's me that is slowing down. So 1 lap to go, plenty of fuel. I've got 1 point something laps of fuel, I'm sure. I don't know if I check it or just ignored it and had faith that I'd finish, meaning forgot about checking. I can't remember. But it's been a good race, and P7. I was thinking to myself, P7 is probably a DR up, and P8 is a DR down. Oh, and Homelander has just quit. So I think what happened with him was he started on soft, started on medium, then went to hard, and that final lap he tried to pit and stuffed up pitting for soft. Went from medium to soft, and then went to pit for hard and stuffed up the pit entry, and then got spat out on track. So totally stuffed it up. But anyway, yeah, so I was thinking about giving my position up again to V-Man so he could get some really good points. So I'm happy with a P8, which is now P7. So around here you'll see I'm putting my indicator on, starting to just put in about, at certain points I lift like there. So I said I was putting in about 80% effort, letting him catch up and pass if he wanted. I did look back at a certain point to see if he's clear of anyone. We've done a few races together, and yeah, they've been good races. This was funny, just slowing down at the end. And AB Hubble, like I said, stuffed up his pit entry, poor guy. Thanks for watching the stream, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Looking forward to seeing your streams, of course. Please hit the like, leave a comment, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.